Hey everyone, Scott or the Scott Man, and we are here in the middle of hill country. We are in Fredericksburg, Texas. What's unique about Fredericksburg, it was originally founded in 1846 by German immigrants. In fact, you might just even hear a touch of Texan German here, or Texas German while you're here. We're here to take a nice historical walk around the city of Fredericksburg, check out some cool sights, and just get out here and explore on this very, very cold day, which reminds me of Michigan. I guess the cold weather just did not want to stay at home this time. Fredericksburg was founded by Ottfried Hans Freiherr von Moisebach. Came all the way over from Germany, and here in 1846 he founded this beautiful city. And we're standing in front of the replica of the Vereins Kirche. It was originally built in 1847 in the center of town. However, it was demolished, but thankfully they rebuilt it back to how it used to look back in the day. In fact, Moisebach, a year after its founding, he arranged a treaty with the Comanche Indian tribe to protect the German settlers from Indian raids. And the Vereins Kirche is located here at Marktplatz, or Market Square. That is nice big square. Of course you got the replica right there. You got a lot of areas where you can have a nice picnic, although you may not want to on a day like today. Yeah, I picked Marktplatz to start the video just because it is in the center part of town. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna start all the way at the eastern end along Main Street or US Highway 290, and we'll work our way that way, and then we'll go all throughout the city. And over here at the eastern end, we have the Nimitz Hotel. It was built back in 1860. So yeah, correction, it was not built in 1860, it was established in 1860. The hotel, that is.
In 1855, Charles Henry Nimitz Sr. purchased a property and started the Nimitz Hotel 5 years later. It was expanded over a decade later, which included a facade in the shape of a steamboat. The hotel was sold in 1926, and the former hotel is now a part of the National Museum of the Pacific War as a dedication to Admiral Chester W. Nimitz and the personnel who served with him in the Second World War. This limestone building was constructed by Charles Priest. It started out as a store and then later became a hospital run by Dr. Victor Keitel. Today, the building is used as a store and a restaurant. The store here, which is Raven and Lily, once used to be a historic saloon called the White Elephant Saloon. The Shandua building was both the store and residence for John and Bertha Shandua. This beautiful structure, built in 1898, once was the Bank of Fredericksburg. The bank was closed in 1936. Fredericksburg is the county seat of Gillespie County, and you can see the courthouse across from the Marktplatz.
Oh man, it's cold out here. But with that aside, yeah, that stretch through downtown along Main Street, that was beautiful. A lot of cool shops, restaurants, knickknacks, all throughout there. But my favorite thing about that walk just back there was all the historic architecture. It looked beautiful. Yep, here's the fire station, and we're coming up to City Hall. And over in the western part of town, we have the Pioneer Museum. Pretty cool. Unfortunately, it's closed on Sunday, so yeah, we won't really be able to tour it or anything. But yeah.
The Pioneer Museum takes you back in time to the days when German pioneers lived out in the hill country. As I mentioned moments ago, it is closed on Sundays. However, it is open all the other days of the week. At the museum, you will see many buildings such as a one-room school, a log cabin, a barn, or even a bathhouse, and many other cool things. The property is also home to some pecan trees, which the pecan tree is the state tree of Texas. This house was built in 1849 by German settler Henry Kamla. His wife and he started a general store which ran from 1870 to 1924. This building was built out of limestone by area merchant Charles Schwartz and his wife Mary in 1907.
Despite the cold, Main Street was really cool to walk along. Check out all the different cool sights here, but we're not done just yet. I'm gonna go ahead and get back in the car, warm up, and we're gonna check out some other cool sights around the city that we can drive to. I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let your spirit carry me. Sorry, I just had to burst out in song just now. Oh wow, take a look at that. That's one of the oldest homes which was built here in Fredericksburg. This was built by German settler Peter Walter. And currently, as you can tell, currently it is used as a small chapel. Oh, look at that old jailhouse. That's the old Gillespie County Jail. That was built back in 1885. It was run until 1939. Just looks beautiful and creepy at the same time. Look at that beautiful house. That's the Tatsch house. It was built by German cabinet maker and turner John Peter Tatsch. In fact, it is currently a guest house. That was a pretty nice drive through the historical area of Fredericksburg. But here we are at another cool site. Yep, no trip to Fredericksburg would not be complete without mentioning the National Museum of the Pacific War. Of course, we saw the original Nimitz Hotel, which is now a part of the museum. But yeah, here's the main part of the museum. It's one of the things to check out while you're here in Fredericksburg. And of course, that tank. All right, before we close out the video, we're gonna check out the cemetery just off to the east of here. And we're gonna complete our historical journey through Fredericksburg by checking out the Der Stadt Friedhof cemetery. as what my late grandmother always would say, cemeteries always tell a great story. As I was walking through the cemetery, it's, yeah, as you can tell, every last name I've seen so far is all German. In fact, some of the gravestones are all in German too. But yeah, as you can tell, the Texas Hill Country, especially out here in Fredericksburg, or even if you go over to New Braunfels, which is between Austin and San Antonio along Interstate 35, is very rich in German heritage. And as I was saying earlier in the video, you can still even hear some Texas German being spoken too. In fact, I even heard some too when I was walking around downtown Fredericksburg. But yeah, Fredericksburg is a must stop when you're checking out the Texas Hill Country. It is not very far at all, about an hour and a half away from San Antonio and Austin. In fact, yeah, if you're coming from Austin, just take 290 due west and you'll be out here in no time. Well, I hope you enjoyed this wonderful historic journey through Fredericksburg and the German heritage here, because I have definitely enjoyed myself today. So if you enjoyed this video, and you want to watch more of my travel videos, definitely click on this video link over here. Well, thank you for watching today's video here in Fredericksburg, Texas, and this is Scott, or the Scott Man, signing out.